there, and thanks so much for checking out this bujo video. So last month my Archer and Olive white page bullet journal ran out. I have no more pages left, so I had to get myself a new one. And I've always really wanted to try the black paged ones, but they've always been really sort of daunting because I feel like you have to come up with lots of really good ideas to fill a whole bullet journal with just using black paper. So with only 4 months left of this year, I decided to give it a try. It's only 4 ideas I have to come up with. So yeah, this is my first one, it's September, and I have decided on a space theme. So this theme is kind of like a bit of a trend that was going on earlier on this year, and probably last year, where people were sort of tearing holes in their journals and creating like these really magical scenes that go through a few layers of pages using like sheet music and old pages from books and beautiful stickers and things. And I wanted to try that technique for absolutely ages, but I just never got round to it. And then when I got this bujo, I was thinking of doing a planet theme, and somehow those two ideas just came together. And yeah, so I'm kind of creating this sort of nebula space geode almost. Yeah, so I'm just tearing holes in my pages and they're just getting smaller and smaller, and each layer I'm doing something different. So the first layer I've just left completely black, and then my second layer I've got this sort of starry night sky nebula space paper. It came with a set of other stuff, and I never thought I would actually use it, but it's proven really useful for this design. And then the next page, I just used some of the some metallic paint, and I just wanted to give like a goldy sort of silvery colour in there. And then the next layer I just used the same paint, but I used the silver from the set, and I flicked it all over the page to give a starry night sky effect. And then for the last page I stuck down some more of that nebula paper. I also bought some planet and moon stickers from a seller on Etsy. So they are washi stickers, and in some cases they look really good, so like the big moon one that I stuck on the back page, that works really well. But because I wanted to have my other planets just sort of peeking out from the ripped pages, I didn't want to stick them down because I felt like they would maybe make the whole thing look a little bit flatter. So I stuck them on white paper and then cut them out so I could just slot them in to different places and not stick them down completely flat, so there's a little bit of relief there and they look a tiny bit more 3D. I have to say, I absolutely love how this turned out. Like, I really, really love this front page. It's so cute. It just really captures the magic that I had in my head, and sometimes your ideas in your head don't always work out on paper, but this just looks so good and I love it. And annoyingly my camera cut out right at the end as I was sticking all the pages down, so I just sort of flick forward to the bit where they're all stuck together, and then I just add my lettering at the bottom with a white gel pen and just added some stars. I felt like I could go crazy with the stars all over the page, but I decided just to keep it around the lettering because I felt like if I kept going all around the page I wouldn't know when to stop. So yeah, I just did a few stars around the word. So the next page I did was a quote page, and I've gone really big this time. I don't normally do such large quotes, and sometimes I don't include quotes at all, but I had this sort of spare page going on, so I thought I'd fill the whole thing with lettering. And I did not realise at all that I'd spelt brightest completely wrong. It was actually my sister that pointed it out to me when I showed her, and I was like, Oh my god, how did I miss this? But yeah, I think when I'm doing hand lettering, I tend to get so focused on just trying to get the letters exactly how I want them and in the right place and stuff that sometimes I don't even really notice what I'm writing. So yeah, I just really didn't notice. But I do manage to find a way to fix it. So I just cut out another piece of black paper that just went over the top, and then I redid the lettering over that, and I think it works okay. I mean, it doesn't look the greatest, but at least it says the right thing. The next page is the calendar page, and I don't normally do calendars on a single page, but I decided to keep it a bit more simple this month because my cover page was a bit more complicated and took more time. So I kept it all on one page, and I actually really like how it turned out. I'll just have to see whether the smaller boxes work out for me. I have done it smaller like that before, but yeah, I think this is a particularly small design this time because I wanted to do a big title and get this really cool washi tape in that I've got as well. I really like the metallic brush pens as well that I've got. I got them ages ago, but I've only used them a little bit and I haven't really found that many uses for them because they're really big brush tips, and I'm not usually that good at using big brushes, so I kind of shied away from using them. But it seemed kind of sad not to use them on this because I felt like they're great colours and they would just look so good on the black paper. And I'm actually quite pleased with how it turned out. I think I didn't do too bad a job, even though I find it a bit difficult. I don't normally do voiceovers on my bullet journals. I think when I started I was a bit nervous to do that kind of thing, so I shied away from it. But for some reason today I just really felt like it. I think I normally put commentary on, and maybe today I was just feeling lazy and I just didn't really want to type everything out. So I kind of always thought that I wanted my bullet journals just to have music and not a voiceover because I just wanted to create that sort of chill vibe. But I just was thinking about it the other day and thinking, when I'm watching other people's bullet journal videos, I actually prefer people who have a voiceover on their videos. And then I was just thinking, well, why don't I do that? So so yeah, I might start doing this a bit more often, but I think I'll just go with the flow and see how I feel on the day that I'm editing. But if you could add in the comments what you prefer, that would be really interesting to hear, whether you like to watch videos with a voiceover or whether you prefer to just read comments about what the artist is doing. My next spread actually kind of amalgamates quite a few different spreads into one this month. So I've got my plant watering that I always do, but this time I'm going horizontal. Quite often I will go portrait down the page, but I thought in order to fit some other things around it I needed to rejig the layout a little bit. And then below that I added in my memories section. I tend to normally have a bit of a bigger space for that, but last month I didn't really fill it up very much, so I just thought maybe I would use a smaller area this time and give that a try. I'm sorry I keep sticking my head in this month. I don't really know why I'm doing that. I don't normally get my head in too much. And I'm also adding a to-do list on this side. I used a narrower to-do list than I would normally last month, and it worked out for me quite well, so I'm just going to do the same again. And a couple of times where I'm making mistakes with the white pen, I'm actually just using a Tombow Food and Inosuke to go over the top and colour that in to make it blend in with the black paper. The same as I would do if I made a mistake on the white paper, I would use the white gel pen to cover that up, and it worked really well, so that is a good tip. In the crafting kit that I got the Nebula paper from, I also had these funny little cards that are sort of, they have nebulas printed on them, and they're a bit shiny, so the camera sort of reflects off them a bit, so you can't see them that well, but they are quite cute. I'm not sure how well they really work with the stickers, but well, it's in there now and it's fine, I don't mind it. I'm using a Sakura jelly roll to do all the little stars. I started off using the Signo rollerball pen, and it's really good when it decides to work, but I've had a couple of them now and I just find that the ink flow really is quite random, like it keeps stopping and starting, so if anyone has any tips on how to keep it going, then let me know, because I just don't seem to get on with them very well. The next page is the gratitude page, and I'm just starting off by decorating it top and bottom with the washi tape, the same as on the calendar page. I'm kind of annoyed with my hand lettering on this one because it was, the G is really big and all the rest of the letters are smaller and it's not centered, so it kind of irritates me, but it's fine. I just kind of filled in the space around with little stars. As September this year starts on a Thursday, I use this next page to start off the first part of the month. And as you can see, I totally drew my line in the wrong place, so I just corrected that quickly. So I'm writing my days of the week vertically, but I still plan to use the journal as a whole or horizontally. And this month I'm adding my habits to my weekly spread. And because this page was a little bit different to all the rest of the pages, I had to squeeze it in there going vertically, but the rest of the pages it's slightly different. And then I'm just adding a bit of the decoration in around. So yeah, doing the full week is pretty much the same layout as the last page, but for the bottom square I'm just adding in my habits there rather than on the side like I did on the last page. And on this page I've got a bit of extra space, so I'm just adding in bits and pieces, and the light is really reflecting off of them so you can't really see them very well, sorry, but yeah, these are like the starry night sky and like nebula ephemera. And to finish off my weeklies, I am adding onto the side the same sort of thing as the front cover, but I'm doing it vertically rather than in a circle, so each page will have a little bit less ripped off of it, and I'm just following the same pattern, so just going plain black and then the Nebula paper and then the gold, silvery gold paint and then the starry splatters. I really love how the splatters turned out. I'm using quite a stiff old brush, and I think that works pretty well for doing that sort of splatter. And the same as the cover page, I'm just adding in some washi stickers at random, And this one was just so fun to create. I just really love it, and it's one of my favourites I think I've ever done, and yeah, it's just so cool. I absolutely love it. Thank you so much for watching this video. I really enjoyed making this bullet journal, so I hope you like the design, and let me know in the comments what your design this month is. If you enjoyed the video, please give it a like and consider subscribing for more arts, crafts and bujos.